Today with Kelly Hart, and Kelly is getting ready to take delivery of his new Tesla, and so we're just killing a little time and going to talk about his history with electric cars because he's been into them a lot longer than I have. I'm Mark, and so this is actually Kelly's second electric vehicle right here, his Nissan Leaf. So Kelly, tell us a little bit about your Leaf.
Well, we leased the Leaf 3 years ago, and of course Iowa was in the last batch of states that they added, but
Sure.
I didn't have the first one in Iowa, but I had the first one from Hummel's Nissan
Here in Des Moines. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So how did the Leaf do for you this winter? We had kind of a cold winter.
It gets around pretty good in the snow. I'm sure if I put snow tires on it, it'd do great, because it does pretty good just the way it is. And the only thing that's a problem in the winter is the range goes down quite a bit.
Right.
This being a 2012, it doesn't. They improve the efficiency of the heater quite a bit, like 30% or something
On the new ones.
on the newer ones,
Right.
but could still easily get to work and back.
Right.
And that's using the app to warm the car up before you go out to it and
Right.
and stuff. But like during the summer here, Marilyn's daughter Sarah is she's out near Bondurant, and it's 50 miles round trip, and can do that easily in the summer, and during the winter wouldn't be able to go that far.
That's great. So you kind of have a two-car household with an old-fashioned gasoline combustion engine car for the long trips, and then you had the Leaf for everything around town, right?
That's right.
And that worked well. And then I've got a Chevy Volt, so since I have a one-car household, that is kind of how you smash two cars into one and have the around-town electric range that this has, which about half of this range is what you get on a Volt. And then on the, but then you have the gas engine, like jumping in your gas car to go somewhere on a long trip. So that works pretty well. So Kelly's really a pioneer in electric cars. So hopefully later on we're going to take a look at what he had before this, because you might think, well, this is probably the first electric car anybody would have, but not really. Kelly, tell us what your first electric car was.
I've been interested in electric cars for a long time, and there was a guy out in California who was featured in Revenge of the Electric Car. He goes by the name of Gadget, Greg Abbott.
Right.
And I wanted him to do a conversion for me.
Okay.
And I did email back and forth with him, and he was trying to work out a deal where he could get I don't know whether they were lithium ion or nickel metal hydride, something better than lead acid batteries at a affordable price. And we emailed back a few times, and he wondered, what car, and discussed maybe we'd just purchase one out there, so we didn't have to transport it there or anything. But his battery thing that he was trying to get lined up apparently fell through, and it just didn't work out. And another outfit that did conversions was this group in Florida, and they specialized in Porsches. They converted Porsches to electric. And
Long before Porsche ever had an electric car.
And I happened to have a Porsche. I had a 944 Turbo S. Had a lot of miles on it, like 186,000 miles on it or whatever. And the turbocharger was getting to where it was going to need some work, and it was very expensive to have that done. And so I emailed and talked to them, and unlike Gadget, they wrote me up and sent me a price and said, here's what it would cost. And if I agreed to do it that month, they said, we'll pick it up and bring it back.
Right.
For that will just be included then.
Okay. If you've already kind of traded or sold to somebody else the Porsche, so it's not even here right now, but perhaps they might bring it by later so that we can take a look at it. So
right.
Obviously there's even a market for an older converted electric car. You didn't have a whole lot of trouble selling it, right?
Mm-mm.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So, and then you're planning to keep your Leaf, right?
We now own the Leaf.
Okay, so you bought out the lease, and
Yep.
now that's the Leaf is a permanent member of the family now.
Yep.
So the trial period is over, as
Yep.
it were. Okay, fantastic. So
We've had it 3 years, and we took it in once where they upgraded the firmware on it.
okay,
And
that's it.
That's it. I had to put air in the tires a couple times and replace the wiper fluid.
That is fantastic. Not many people can say that about an internal combustion engine vehicle, for sure. So for like a lot of people, I think this is kind of rare, and that's kind of why I wanted to make a video of Kelly's experience here, because not many people are going on their third electric vehicle, and so that's pretty exciting. And not many people started up. He's on an electric vehicle before there were electric vehicles from major automobile manufacturers. So you started off converting them, because that was the only way to get an electric vehicle. So to me, that makes you a really true pioneer in the electric vehicle game. I don't think there are too many people that can run around and say, I went from a converted electric vehicle to a Leaf, and now today, any time now, the Tesla will be arriving. And so we wanted to kind of share that story with everybody on YouTube, and so you can enjoy it, and hopefully we'll all be in a few years to come on our third and fourth generation of electric vehicles, because of course the technology is changing very fast with them. So that's, if you're thinking about getting an electric vehicle, that's certainly something to consider. Just on my Volt itself, the technology has changed radically with the new version that's coming out. Mine is really completely obsolete right now. And then there's a new Leaf coming with a lot more range, and there's already a new Leaf with better heating system for cold climates. And if you live in a warmer climate where it doesn't get cold like I would, you don't have any excuse for not having an electric vehicle. And here we get by.
And they have a different battery chemistry now for the real hot climate, because they had a little bit of trouble in some really hot climates with the Leaf battery, but that's been fixed as well.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even realize that. So with that, we're going to kind of pause our video and
okay, great. The driver did not answer. He texted him to have him call me. He did call the home office to confirm that he did leave with the car. And he left around noon, so he should be here.
right.
Anytime now.
light catches a couple spots of dust. It's good. So I just like to make sure that she is pristine. The guys over at Minneapolis do a pretty good job of going over the vehicle, you know, making sure that there's no paint runs, no flaws in the body, any way, shape, or form, and everything. A little dust. So let me make sure I get that off here for you. There we go. Well, if we're mentioning things because of dust, and we're definitely going over with a fine-tooth comb, so I can do nothing but appreciate that. All right, next what I would like you guys to do is I want you to just kind of lean in here at the interior. We're looking for rips, tears, flaws, blemishes. Make sure there's no big greasy handprints on the ceiling, so on and so on. Danny, if I can see the key here real quick.